Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. You guys, let me know if you can hear me clearly. Welcome to my first AMA. Ask me anything. Welcome, welcome. Do you have any questions that you may have for Tia Sweet Tooth or questions about for me to answer? You can just type it in and I'll respond. Give a couple more minutes, and then we'll get into these questions that some people had, and I'll answer them the best way I can. Again, please forgive me. I'm a little under the weather, but I am going to push through this. Can you hear me, Christina? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, so let's get into it. So, the first question that I received, and I have a notepad right here with all the questions. I wrote all the questions down. The first question was, what inspired me to start Tia Sweet Tooth? Well, baking started with my grandmother. My grandmother has been baking most of her life, and I used to be around her in the kitchen, baking cookies, cakes, and pies. I used to sell the cookie, cakes, and pies outside of her apartment building with her. And when I went to high school, I took up baking as a trade. And excuse me, I decided to name my business because I always wanted a bakery, but I wanted to name it my first name, which is Shatia Sweet Tooth. But as I got a little bit older, I was just like, oh, let me just name it Tia Sweet Tooth. So my grandmother is the person who inspired me to pursue baking. Okay. The next question is, how do you balance running a business, working a full-time job? So I would say it gets hectic. It gets hectic. I work 9 hour shifts, and I run my bakery, my custom cake shop. So I plan everything out. That's what I do. So if I have a cake order, I would make my icing in advance, or I would bake the cakes in advance. If there's any like fondant pieces, I would make those pieces in advance. I would also make my cake toppers in advance. So preparation is the key when you're trying to balance all the little things that you have going on in your life. Okay. The next question is, what advice would you give someone starting a home-based business? The advice that I would give is like, do your research. Make sure there's a market for you in your community. Some advice that I would give you is not to give up. It gets hard sometimes. Sometimes you may get business may be booming, and then there's times where you don't get any business, and then you start questioning yourself. But don't give up. Keep pushing, and see it through, because you will make it. Um, the next question is, what are some challenges running a cottage bakery? So, some challenges that I encounter is I need space. I don't have enough space for all my sprinkles, my baking supplies, and things like that. So, it gets a little cluttered. So that's like the challenge I have. Another challenge I have is working on an island, which is, I'm short. So the island is kind of high up for me when I'm trying to make like fondant, roll the fondant out like that. But those are the challenges that I encountered. Um, yeah, I think that's the challenges for the most part. The next question is, how do you come up with your content ideas? So this is a good question. And content is a new thing for me. I dread it. Sometimes I just want to do the cake and that's it. I don't want to have to pull out the camera and the lights and all those things. So the ideas I come up with, just like this, I'm doing like my first Ask Me Anything. So I just think of ways to like engage the audience, and sometimes I'll think of themes, or if I have a new product coming out, I'll base my content around that. So that's how I come up with my content ideas. And I'm always like watching what other people do, because I can learn tips and tricks from them. So watching what other people do is a great tool, and it's free to help you along your content journey. The next question is, what's been your favorite video or post so far? So my favorite, let me see. My favorite video. So it's crazy that this is my favorite video, because this video surprisingly is getting me a lot of views. A lot of people are like responding back to it on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And that's when I was attempting to roll out fondant and put it on a cake. I was using black fondant, and it just did not work out well. Like the fondant ripped on the cake, and I had to start over from scratch. And surprisingly, a lot of people liked that video, and it taught me something, that people don't want to see the perfect stuff all the time. People want to see people mess up. People are human. So that was my favorite video, surprisingly, because the people enjoyed my hiccup, you know. And my favorite post thus far would have to be the star cake that I did for my sister last year. I did like this 9-inch star collage cake. And that star was really challenging. I thought I could just buy a star cake pan and bake the star and decorate it that way. But it was trending during that time, and there were not a lot of, I think the star pans were just sold out. So I was using my creative juices and thought to go to Michael's and buy like a star canvas, like the things you paint on. And I cut that out of the cake. That's how I cut the star out, by using that canvas. So on TikTok, that has given me like over 20,000 views. So I think that's my most viewed cake. So that would be my favorite post thus far. Okay. Oh, so I mean, this question is just like question 2, which is, how do you manage your business, work, and family? Again, preparation is the key. My child bowls. He bowls frequently throughout the week, about three to 4 times a week, and he has tournaments as well. So preparation is the key. Luckily, my cake orders have not been due the same time that my son has tournaments. So that's been a good thing for me. So I make sure I plan everything to a T, because I do not want to turn a customer down because, I have to take my son somewhere, because I don't have a lot of time. So I just try to plan everything accordingly. And it's been working out thus far. So that's how I manage it. I just plan. The next question is, what's your next influencer journey? Ooh, so this is new to me. It's new, just bringing out the camera all the time, just pulling it out, letting people see the day in the life. But I would say my next influencer journey would have to be me creating content that would be monetized, I would say. And I know you shouldn't do it for the money, but the money helps. And this is a lucrative field to get money. So I would love to create content in a way where it will become monetized, because I believe that's going to help me get my cake shop faster, with those deals. So brands, come on, look at Tia Sweet Tooth, because I'm growing, but that's my next journey, to some kind of way be monetized so that I can reach my goal, which is having my own cake shop. Any new products or services coming soon? Well, actually, I do have some new products coming soon, and I brought them here. I have 2 new flavors of my cake jars. So this is one. This flavor is raspberry lemonade, and this cake jar is lemon cake with a buttercream, raspberry filling, and then I have some white chocolate chips on top. And then the next product is my strawberry shortcake crunch. So this is vanilla cake with vanilla buttercream, strawberry. Hello. Hey, Derek, how are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this cake jar, again, this is the strawberry shortcake crunch cake jar, and it is vanilla cake with vanilla buttercream, strawberry filling, and it has some strawberry shortcake crumbles on top. So this is good. Like, both of these are good. So yeah, the new products that I have this season is my raspberry lemonade, which again is the lemon cake with the vanilla buttercream, raspberry filling, and white chocolate chunks. And the strawberry shortcake crunch, which is vanilla cake, vanilla buttercream, strawberry filling, and strawberry shortcake crumble on top. So those are my new flavors that are coming out in the spring. I like to switch it up twice a year, or maybe seasonal. I'm still trying to fill it out. I did really well for the winter, so it's time to pull those winter flavors out, and now in with my spring collection, which will drop April the 1st. And my cake jars ship locally in the DMV and Baltimore, and those products can be found on tiasweettooth.com. So, and I think Derek can attest that the cake jars are good. Okay. The next question is, what is your biggest business goal for 2025? Yes, April 1st. Yep, it's going to drop April 1st. And I'm still going to keep the coffee mudslide and the red velvet cheesecake swirl, because I feel like those flavors are good all year long. I had to get rid of the spice apple caramel delight and the caramel pecan crunch, because I thought those were like fall flavors. So I'm thinking about my summer collection now. I'm thinking about like s'mores, or what's another one? What's another flavor I'm thinking about? Heck, I can't think right now, but I'll do another poll to ask you guys, what flavors do you guys suggest for the summer? So back to this is question number 10, and we're going through these pretty fast. So if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me, please drop them down in the comment section and I'll answer them. So, question 10 is, what's your biggest business goal for 2025? And I don't want to move prematurely, because I don't want to fail. But I would say my biggest goal for 2025 is either getting a brand deal that will help me closer to my bake shop, or moving closer to that. So one of the things I want to do this year is to apply for a loan, just to see how much money I could get for that business loan, but I'm really thinking about pursuing opening my store. And I'm looking at some locations. I don't know if Baltimore want me there, so I'm thinking about either going to Baltimore, my hometown, which I love, or like Old Town, Virginia. I want to be in a neighborhood where the community is like love, like people walk around, shop. I want to be by restaurants as well. I want to be in a location where there's a lot of foot traffic. But the plans that I have for Tia Sweet Tooth is amazing. If it comes to pass, or when it comes to pass. So that would be my biggest business goal of 2025, which is moving closer to having my custom cake shop. I want to interact with the people. That's one of my challenges. Again, for question number 4, what's one of my challenges? One of my challenges for having a cottage bakery is not interacting with the customer. Like when I do pop-up shops, I love being around the people. I love seeing the smiles on people's face. I love like interacting with the community and things like that. So I can't wait to have my employees so I can act goofy with my employees, or welcoming the guests when they come into my custom cake shop. So that's another challenge, but also a goal. I want to have my cake shop pretty soon. Yeah, and that's all the questions I have. I'll give you guys some time to ask any questions if you have. I'm currently a budget analyst. Another thing about me is I graduated with my master's in 2023. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for attending my first AMA. I can be also reached at on YouTube. I did my first long form content on YouTube yesterday. Like I said, I'm trying to get into the content creating. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot. But it's fun at the same time. But yeah, I did my first long form content yesterday, and just watching that channel grow. I'm growing on TikTok, which I was so late to the game. My sister kept telling me to get on TikTok. You need to get on TikTok. But I'm having a ball over there as well, having a lot of engagements. But yeah, that's it. Since I don't see any more questions, you guys, I thank you so much for joining me for my first Ask Me Anything. And there will be more because I enjoy this. So thank you guys. Bye.